Hey everybody, welcome back to a windy day in the Arizona desert. After working all weekend and the week before and the weekend before that, I'd finally gotten to a point where I thought, I'm going to take a day off. By 10 a.m. I was so bored I couldn't see straight. So here I am. Let's start taking this engine apart. I think one of the most annoying parts of this is going to be getting that exhaust pipe off down there in the back. Let me turn the light on here. And I know this light flickers in the camera. I'm sorry. I'm going to try and get that exhaust pipe off because I think I've got to pull the head with the exhaust because there's no way to get that manifold unbolted from there. And the distributor's got to come out. Most everything else is off as far as the manifold is concerned. All right, I have all the bolts out of this manifold. Believe I have everything disconnected from it. All I got to do is figure out how to get it the heck out of there because it is one heavy mofo. And I don't have any help here today and probably not going to have any help here at any other day. Are you not loose? Yeah, you are loose. It is just heavy. Come on, you're not that heavy. What are you doing to me here? What are you doing to me here? Maybe you are that heavy. I don't want to get my fingers anywhere where they'll get slammed by it because it is heavy. Dang it. All right. Not that heavy. Come on. Come on. You're not that damn heavy. You're just pretending. You're just pretending to be heavy. No, you're not. You really are that heavy. All right. Don't want to damage anything. If I can help it. I suppose I could have taken the carburetor off of there. That would have made it a bit lighter. All right. Come out of there, you. Every time I get it moving, it catches on something and won't go any further. I should have taken that off, but I thought I'd be able to weasel it around it. Yeah, it teaches me to think. One more shot. See what we can do here. Why do I grab and lift and it doesn't budge? Oh, the choke cable's still connected. No, it's not. All right. One last effort here, and I think we'll be out. I may be in the hospital, but the manifold should be out. Whoa, that's a big heavy mofo. Jesus. All right, there we go. That manifold is out of there, and that is one heavy mofo. I pretty much had to drag it out to here to where I could get my hands on it. I don't know that I'm going to be able to put it back in that way. I certainly don't know that I can get the head back in that way because it's going to be at least as heavy as the manifold. I'm starting to think I'm going to have an engine hoist to put this back together. Anyway, that's about all I want to do to my back for one day. It really sucks having to constantly think that. Gee, if I hurt my back, is my back okay? Strong enough to do it, but you can't really put that strength to complete use without injuring. At least I can't without injuring myself. So after a week off, and I'll explain why a week off, I need to get back to work on this. Last time I was out here, I got the intake manifold off, and I tweaked my back a bit doing that. Not enough to put me in bed for a week, but enough to make me take a few days off. And got to thinking about it and figured, how this is going to go if I don't have some help getting these parts on and off of here. I got a 30% chance of hurting my back badly. a 30% chance of dropping that and damaging the car or my feet, a 30% chance of not ever getting it back on correctly with the gaskets, a 5% chance I do all three, and then that 5% chance I actually can do everything right. So I decided I needed some help. And since all my friends are probably older than me, and none of us are really going to want to lift these heavy parts in and out of here, I decided I needed an engine hoist. And so I looked around. My first thought was buy a used one, and I've owned several over the years, and I've even built one. I've owned several over the years, and since I'm not going to be lifting up anything over 100 pounds, I figured I probably didn't need, one that could lift the entire engine up out of here. So I looked for used ones, and that was pointless. I mean, people are asking $150 for used ones that have no cylinder on them. And I really don't want to repair one or anything like that. Or they've got a Harbor Freight one they used once, and now they're asking full price for it. And that means I'd have to go get it. I did the right thing, and plus I had other things I needed to do, which I got done. And it rained all day yesterday. So I did the right thing, and I got online, and I bought the cheapest one I could find. And that's in this box here. I bought this one from our friends at Temu. I paid $180 for it. Supposed to come with a spreader bar, an adjustable spreader bar, which I'll kind of be shocked if I see. My goal today is to get this at least put together. So this was delivered out in front, and I shoved it into the back of my ZJ and drove it around here in the back and offloaded it a couple days ago. So I'm going to set the camera down, and I'm going to get this together. All right, I have everything out of the box, and you see the main piece is all laying here. It does come with a spreader bar, a little on the cheesy side, but you know what? For what I'm doing, it'll be fine. I'm not sure I'd want to pick that whole engine up out of there with this, but because that thing probably weighs 700 pounds fully assembled. And then here are the wheels hooked with some chain on it. The bag had all of the hardware in it, the fasteners. I left all the nuts and washers and pins and everything in the bag it came in, and I moved the big bolts. And they claim to be grade 8 bolts, 8.8, so who knows what they really are, though. Wheels look pretty decent. They're all steel, not seeing an issue there. Anyway, going to set the camera back down and going to put it together. Well, there it is, complete. I really don't have much worthy of note. Assembly was easy, everything fit. I didn't really have any issues. The instructions left a lot to be desired with which bolts and fasteners went where, but it's pretty obvious on their sizes and the numbers of each size where they go. Came with everything. I didn't really have to go buy anything. Came with these 2 extra pieces of chain, with these 2 nice, look like 1/4 inch, and then it came with the spreader bar, and that spreader bar the main bar looks like about 12 millimeter, 1/2 inch. So it certainly is, as far as I'm concerned, acceptable. All right, there we go. It is out. Head gasket still stuck to it. That's not a problem. I want to take a look at that later. And I'm going to set it down temporarily on that table to get a look at it. But nothing much to see in here yet anyway. It doesn't look, from what I can see, at least to that This cylinder, it doesn't look all terribly carboned up. That was going to be one of my big concerns. If it's terribly carboned up, I'm going to want to clean it. And if I clean it, then I'm probably going to want to pull that one and clean that one too. But it just isn't terribly carboned up. It really isn't. So let's get the headset down, or let me get the headset down on that table, and we'll have a look at it. Here's the underside of the head, and this would be the valve that would be slow, would be that intake. It was the second one from the rear, and it certainly does not look bent. The rest, I don't see anything that looks bent. All the valves look like they're seated down, so I have to figure out what is the reason I had no compression in this cylinder at all and only 50 in this one. And I think the valves are just operating extremely slowly. So if that's the only thing that's wrong with it, we're going to fix that little issue and put it back together. But I'm going to get it cleaned up first. We'll pop the valves out and we'll have a look. And let's go look at the cylinder. All right, I sucked all the crap out of the cylinders, and I know this light's probably making it flicker, but I don't see anything wrong in any of the cylinders. That's just solidified shit. Yeah, that's just solidified gum. That's not a real giant scratch. Not saying that wouldn't cause a problem, but I don't think it would cause zero compression. That's just solidified old oil. That would have come away over time. I believe it's in all of them. So yeah, I'm not really seeing anything. And it's in this one just because that piston was probably at the bottom of its stroke when it sat for so long. Yeah, there's no holes in anything. There's nothing wrong with the block pistons or cylinder walls. I mean, other than age and sitting. In case I didn't get you down in there before. And yeah, I know the flashlight makes the camera flicker. I took some of the carbon off the cylinder walls and cleaned them up a bit, or excuse me, off of the combustion chambers and cleaned them up a bit. I'm going to do some more, but again, I'm not really seeing why I would have zero compression in this cylinder unless it's just a lazy valve. So I think next step is I'm going to pop the valves out and clean this up really good, and we'll see if that just is a lazy, sticky, sludgy valve. And if it is, we'll clean it up, put it back together, and then I'm going to have to make up my mind if I'm going to do the other one. And to do the other one, if I'm going to pull both heads, I'm going to pull all the valves, make sure they're all moving properly. I don't know. That's something I got to think about. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. I've got a lot done. I'm really happy. It's Sunday. I want to go inside and relax for the rest of the day. Leave your comments below on what you think I should do. Talk to you later.